What kind of Real Madrid would you like to see tomorrow against Salzburg, as you look to qualify for the round of 16 in this Club World Cup?
Well, I think we have two objectives for tomorrow. Obviously, the first one is to win and finish top of the group. And regarding the last match, even though we were down a man, I think we had good feelings both with and without the ball. I think we played a good match, and now we want to do the same with 11 players for the full 90 minutes with a good start against a demanding and dynamic opponent. We know this is already the decisive stage, the last group match, and the goal is to advance as group leaders.
I wanted to ask you about Rodrigo. He started the first match, didn't play at all in the second. I don't know if it's a physical issue or a tactical decision. And how do you see Rodrigo after a tough end to the season before arriving at the Club World Cup?
No, I see Rodrigo doing well. I see him eager. No, the other day it was a tactical decision, but Rodrigo is still important, and we're going to need him in this tournament. He's a special player, and I believe he's going to play an important role in the Club World Cup.
I wanted to ask you about a quote we've been discussing on set, something Joan Laporta said.
Let's hear it.
He was asked about the difference between Madrid and Barcelona. Laporta said, and I quote, "Real Madrid has a sense of power, and Barca has a sense of democracy and freedom. As a Madrid legend, what do you make of that?"
Well, I imagine the context in which he said it, right? And I don't really want to get into that, but we do have a sense of freedom and democracy, and I imagine they have some power too, right? So it goes both ways.
I wanted to ask about Kylian in the medical report. He trained this morning but didn't make the squad. How did you see him?
Well, I was happy to see him on the pitch, but it was his first day putting on his boots, his first day doing a bit of running. He looked fine, but he's not fully recovered yet. He still has a bit of weakness that keeps him from playing at the level we'll need tomorrow. We talked about it after training, and he prefers to keep recovering properly. So if we qualify for the round of 16, he'll be ready. But yes, he's still in the recovery process and not ready for tomorrow.
There are two other French players missing from the squad, Mendy and Camavinga. What can you tell us about them?
With Ferland, he still has a long way to go before he can return to the pitch. As for Eduardo, he's recovering quickly and is spending more time training with the team. I'm not sure if he'll be ready for the next games, but we hope to have him back soon. He's a talented player and we need him with the group.
One of the positions where you seem to have the most depth is on the right wing in attack, especially now with Mastantuono coming in. Fed can play there, so can Brahim, Rodrygo as well. Do you feel you need all of them? And if the club needs to make a sale, could someone from that position be transferred? Rodrigo's name comes up a lot. What are your thoughts?
I'm very happy with all of them, and of course I count on all of them. They're top-level players, and in the end, the season is very demanding. We'll have 50 or 60 matches, and we need a balanced squad, a well-rounded team with healthy competition within the group, and I'm happy with them.
In your first answer, you emphasized more than once how important it is to finish first in the group. Have you looked at the knockout bracket? Finishing first could put Madrid on the tougher side, possibly facing City once again. It would be 5 years in a row in Europe. Isn't it risky to aim for that? Is the only priority tomorrow to finish first in the group, considering City and Juve are on that side?
Well, I think you said it yourself. It's not a good idea to go into a game thinking, I'm not going to win. That's not a good message for anyone. Even the feeling, what matters now is the message we send. And that has to be clear and focused on winning. That idea of not going out to win doesn't cross anyone's mind. And yes, obviously, I've looked at the bracket. I'm not blind, but we're going out there to win.
I wanted to ask you what you think about the overall level of the tournament so far. Is it being affected by the conditions? Has anything surprised you? Your own team or the others?
Well, I think all of this is good for European football. It helps us see the level of competition that exists outside our usual circle. Adapting to the conditions helps whoever does it best or is in better form benefits because we don't usually have these conditions during the season. But aside from that, you see teams you normally wouldn't have on your radar that are really good, well prepared, and performing at a high level. River are playing really well. We'll see them now against Inter. The Brazilian teams too, of course. So maybe at the start we thought this would just be dominated by the European sides, but now we're seeing things a bit differently. And I think that's good for football in general.
I wanted to ask you about Brahim. He just said in the mixed zone that he's very excited about this new project. And even with the overbooking, he seems to be getting minutes. He gave an assist the other day. What's your assessment of him and how much will he matter to you?
A lot, because he's a player who really understands things well. He's competitive and he's got that great quality to change games. When he comes on for 20 or 30 minutes, he brings energy, creates a reaction, and that's a big asset. And of course, he can also start games, no doubt. But having players you know will make a strong impact is really important. His day-to-day work is excellent. He trains very well, and I'm very happy with Brahim. I know I can count on him for anything.
I'd like to ask you about the player's learning capacity. In the cooling break against Pachuca, you gave Vini a few instructions and he completely changed his performance. He really improved. Even playing with 10, your spatial organization, which you talked about after the first match, was excellent. Are the players really absorbing things? Do you feel it, since we're talking every 3 days and it feels like a world of difference in that short time?
Yes, I think, well, there's not much to say after a match, right? But during the game, a lot is said. The most important thing is attitude, and I've definitely noticed the players' willingness to evolve, to learn, to adapt to this new stage with a new coaching staff and a new manager. These are top-level players, and with them, things are often easier. When you explain things, even on paper, they grasp concepts quickly. But there's still daily work. We go step by step so that the fundamental ideas become second nature. We've been here around 10 days now, and we hope there are more days ahead, and then the rest of the season.
I'd like to ask about Jude Bellingham. We know he'll undergo surgery in a few weeks. How do you see his future at Real Madrid?
He'll obviously remain a very important player for us. I love what he brings to the midfield and the way he helps build our play. He has a lot of quality. We all saw it in the last match against Pachuca. We're supporting him and he's very ambitious. A player who always wants to improve and keep growing, and we're eager to see how he continues developing.
This is a big tournament, full of great matches. What's the importance of this new competition for Real Madrid?
Maximum importance. We're here, and for us, it's the most important title right now. It's a new competition. It could be a first-time achievement. It'll be demanding, yes, but we want to go for it.
I'd like to ask about Vinicius, not the attacking version, but Vini without the ball, defending. In the first match, we saw him on the left tracking back. In the second, when Asensio went off, you switched him with Gonzalo. Does Vini need to improve his defensive game without the ball?
What I'm clear about is that we all need to defend. All 11 players on the pitch have to be involved defensively. They have to stay compact, know how we want to press. Without that, it's very difficult. So everyone contributes. Vini, Jude, Fede, Kylian, the attackers, and the defense must push up too. The more compact we are, the better our spacing will be. One of the first things I said when asked was that we needed to improve our spacing, both when attacking and defending. And we're working on that, and Vini is too.
I wanted to ask you about Piero Hincapié. He had a great season in Germany. Was there a Real Madrid interest?
Regarding the transfer rumors, I can't say anything. But about Piero, I can say a lot. I have great affection for him. It was a pleasure to coach him at Leverkusen. It was a good spell for everyone, and he improved a lot. I'm really happy about the player he's becoming. But as for any transfer talk, I'm not getting involved.
I wanted to ask about Asensio's absence. Do you already have a clear idea for tomorrow's lineup? Could we see Tchouaméni playing as a centre-back? Is Rodrygo ready? Any hints for us?
I've got it planned, but I can't tell you, obviously.
You've already talked a bit about this long camp. the benefits of this Club World Cup, and how the fans are enjoying it. But there's another side to it, the physical toll on players. Seasons are getting longer and longer. How do you see your players? Do they look worn out to you? And what's your opinion on this trend that will obviously continue?
The context is a bit different for me because I joined at the end of the season, so I'm not really the right person to evaluate how the whole year went or how much wear and tear the players have experienced. What I can say is that since we started with all the changes, there's been a sense of a new chapter, fresh faces, and the players are motivated. We're excited to have a good tournament. So